And welcome back now. As we all know, 2020 is the year of the staycation, and for the past few months we've been exploring the country with Fáilte Ireland's Make a Break for It campaign. Yes, while summer may be over, there's still plenty of magical experiences to be had on this island of ours. This morning we're looking at Dingle and Limerick with our very own tour guide, Suzanne Kane. Hi, tour guide.
Hi.
Very good morning, Susie.
I feel like I need one of those flags. Do you know, so everyone can follow? You know, yeah, will you get me one for the next one?
We will. Well, because you will be giving tours now because you're becoming the most travelled person in Ireland. Where are you taking us first?
Right, so we're going to go to Dingle first. So Dingle has so much to offer. We're looking at Dingle and Limerick this morning, all part of like the wild Atlantic coast and out that way. But Dingle's gorgeous. Actually, on Today FM, Mairead Ronan has been chatting to them every single Friday about baking. So much so that I have now believed I can go to this cookery school. They've won amazing awards, but I think that I'm capable of going and cooking fish, learning about lamb, making a bit of sourdough, because what are you doing post-pandemic?
So you're kind of 6 months late.
School. Yeah, so you can go down. Yeah, exactly.
For the sourdough.
You can go down, spend the day with them, they'll teach you, and then you all sit down in the evening and eat a gorgeous, sumptuous meal together that you've learned how to cook. So it's a gorgeous thing to do. And you know what, even something if you wanted to go with your friends or if you had an event coming up, it's a lovely place to go and have a look at it and spend the day with the guys, because I suppose we're kind of running out of options now in terms of things that we could do, and the weather is changing.
Absolutely.
You know, let's be honest, the weather is changing, so a great place to go. Now, speaking of weather, the Blasket Islands are just like one of the most incredible places. And this is the one thing we've said about this summer, is that we've got out, we're exploring Ireland, and Ireland is incredible. The Blasket Islands being part of that as well. So there's loads of different ways we can take the Blasket Islands in. They have a brand new viewing platform. It only opened July 2020. And even in kind of bad weather conditions, you're still going to get a great view from where they are. So you can walk along there, take it all in, and go to the Blasket Centre as well and learn all about the islands and how long people...
Is that the Blasket Centre that we've just seen? It's very modern.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's only new. Yeah, absolutely, it's only new. And that was it. So like obviously because the inhabitants were there until 1953, give or take. So like people were very much living on the islands. And they still are, of course, the Aran Islands as well. But it's lovely to take it in and to get the heritage. And I think for kids as well, this is a gorgeous place to go and to show them. Do you know that kind of way that there's life beyond the iPad?
And then you can go, absolutely, and you can see real life animals.
Real life animals,
creatures.
yeah, absolutely. So the Blasket Islands Marine Eco Tours are there. And of course, we have the Dingle Sea Safari, both doing an incredible job. The Dingle Sea Safari for kids is amazing, but it doesn't matter what age you are. You get to go out, you get to, you know, see what's out there, find fungi, there's dolphins, there's whales. News to me, I must have listened to geography class, but we have whales, as we've seen with the footage off Cork as well. So a great way to go out and experience and see the coast of our beautiful, beautiful country safely as well. And bear in mind, I know people are nervous about going out and doing stuff just in terms of COVID-19 and pandemic, but all of these companies are working to an absolute exceptional level with social distancing. They're not overbooking. So go onto their website or go onto discoverireland.ie, have a look and see what you need to pre-book. And same with in terms of the hotels and the guest houses across the country. Everybody in the hospitality industry is working flat out.
I think the safety measures, I even took a ferry over to Inishbofin during the summer and the safety measures were incredible.
Yeah, they are.
So I think they have it very well covered in terms of the numbers and all of the precautions.
Yeah, 100%. And speaking of which, so we trip over to Limerick. I went to Limerick last weekend. I got to say a huge hello to the staff in the Savoy Hotel. So it's a gorgeous hotel and like, you know, it's 5-star. I was bringing my 2 stars with me, family friendly. You'd be a bit nervous, but no, in fairness.
Did they make a show of you,
No, they were very well behaved to get putting them up to their room. No, but like in fairness, Limerick has so much to offer. The last time I was in Limerick, Aidan, was on a Féile tournament, 16, and we got out hurled. Those girls were born with hurls in their hands. Our navy and sky blue was tarnished, leaving the county. So we headed down. But Limerick now has so much to offer. It's totally rejuvenated. The milk market last Saturday morning, which is where I was, where you guys were here, is just the most incredible place to visit. And I have to say, in terms of social distancing, I was nervous going down last Saturday morning to have a little look at it, but absolutely it's looked after. And if you're there, you need to pop to Peter Ward. He is absolutely synonymous with the milk market in Limerick. You get to go and taste, people queue to taste his food, but the culinary, you know I love Irish crafts. It is just the most amazing places for every part of the senses to go and have a wander around. A real heart of Limerick and the people of Limerick City.
Is this kind of half in, half outdoors?
Yeah, half in. So they have, like, it's all covered by tarpaulins, is that the right word?
Yeah.
And you can wander through. And again, please bear in mind, everybody's talking about social distancing. It is adhered to. There's sanitisers everywhere around the market as well. It is a great, very safe place to go visit.
Limerick's a lovely place, wonderful people, and you might even bump into a Munster player or two.
Apparently they're always in the milk market. Now, I wouldn't know one if they passed me, but Joey would. He'd pop in. A gorgeous place to go as well is the Maureen O'Hara collection in Foynes. A beautiful place to go and see like her dresses from the Oscars, the jewellery that she wore. There's loads of stuff there to go and have a look at. And again, you get to see kind of like up close. You can't touch them, you can't try them on. Bit of a letdown. I was like, can I have a shot of that? Yeah.
Wow.
Oh no, it wouldn't be a real one. It'd be a replica. I'd say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'd say you couldn't just randomly leave it somewhere in Limerick. Not that there's anything wrong with leaving it there, but I'd say she wanted to hang on to it herself. But a gorgeous place to go in Foynes as well in Limerick to have a little look around and get a little bit of Maureen O'Hara. Again, just something different and indoors.
So that's a museum for lots of different things, but with a specialist area for Maureen O'Hara.
So there's loads to have a look at there as well.
Now, what about tea tasting?
Oh, well, you could go for a little bit of tea tasting as well. Now, I'm just, a kind of a sugar and a milk type gal, but this is amazing. So you go into the tea rooms, you get to try every single tea from around the world. The experts are working there in the tea connoisseurs, as it were. They'll take you right around the world and they'll talk to you about the teas and what's happening with them, why you'll like them, why they taste. And Eleanor she's basically the main woman in there who you want to have a chat to while you're there as well. So the tea rooms are a great place, and another place to go that's indoors, because look, I know the weather's changing, but people are planning for October. We're looking at the kids taking those breaks, and we were there last weekend. We went to a fairy garden, Spot the Dubs, White Runners, and the kids had wellies. But you know what? They had their raincoats and they had their bit, and that's all we're going to need to get out, because we will need for our mental health as well. Get out and see our country across the coming months as safely as you can.
And if you have a fine day, it doesn't matter where you are in Ireland.
Yeah, just don't wear White Runners. Don't wear heels. You can go on walking tours as well around with Niall Sloan will take you around Limerick as well, and through all of the incredible, which I learned last weekend, the incredible history that's around, like so in King John's Castle, the walls there, how that they tried to fight everybody off, what things that they did to them. But he'll take you on a walking tour right there around Limerick City, and that's the best way to get to know any city, like whether it be Dublin or Limerick or Galway or wherever it is. A little wander through. And I have a 5.5-year-old, and we went to King John's Castle. He was completely engrossed in it, which I was like, he's going to now go, Mom.
Was he?
He was so engrossed. Now, it could have been something to do with the dungeons and maybe a little bit of gore and swords, but you know what? They're into it. So this kind of walking tour around Limerick, they're just so interactive for the kids and for adults. And the more we learn about our country, the more we fall in love with it. So not only is it spectacular to look at, actually we have just the most incredible history, and Limerick is one of those cities.
It's a very easy city to walk as well.
Oh, it's gorgeous. And you know what? And they're so contrasting. Like Dingle, the kind of the rough coastline of Dingle, and taking that in on a boat is unbelievable. And then being in the hub of this city, and the warmth of Limerick. Although we didn't do great in the Camogie back 17 years ago, I'm over it.
Oh my God, she's not holding a grudge at all.
Clearly not. It was
a beautiful city.
Templo, take a hammering.
Yeah, I was like, Jews are still. It's not one of the pictures we have put up on the wall. So we still talk about that time we sent the girls
Get over
down.
it,
Susie,
as ever. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Lots
Thank
to
you, Suzanne.